Hi guys, welcome back. Another episode here today. I was gonna start working on the handguards, and then I kind of decided, no, we'll just save the cash for now and we'll get to that later. But I have another project here that's really cheap, and if you guys have never done it before, maybe you'll be interested in it. But this is the frame to my Glock 30S. It's a 45 ACP Glock. It's a compact. I've been told it's the Glock 36 upper on a 30 SF frame, so it's their smallest version of a double stack 45. Magazines, they're 10+1 double stack. It's a good gun. It's worked great for me. Never had a malfunction, never anything. Of course, that's typical of a Glock. But we have a little bit of a project here today. We're going to stipple it. So what I've already done, I was actually going to not show you guys this because I've never stippled anything before. So I was a little bit nervous about it and didn't want to screw it up on camera, but it's actually going pretty well. So what I've done basically is dremeled all the factory sort of stippling down, and then on the back I took all those little bumps off, and I did a little bit of an attempt to get rid of that hump. As you can see, it's relatively straight there, but of course it's pretty hard to get rid of the entire hump. Some people have heated it up, and I just didn't want to risk that, so I decided not to do that. But so we got everything turned down smooth. We undercut the trigger guard and then did a front one for your offhand, and then of course we took the bumps all out of here too. So let me show you what we have so far as progress goes. This is our stippling job so far. Every video I watched, people outlined their work with the soldering iron, whatever they were using, and I did that as far as I've gone so far. I mean, I outlined the whole thing. You can, well, maybe you can't. The light's weird in here, but I found that I actually don't like I draw an outline, but I don't like following the outline with a soldering iron and making a line, because then the line kind of looks like crap a little bit. So I actually find that it's easier to just follow your stipples with the lines that you draw. But this is so far what we've got. This is super easy. I thought it was going to be more difficult. It's very easy. Basically, all we're using is an AutoZone soldering iron, and it comes with a really sharp tip. Let's see if you can get some aspect. It comes with a really sharp tip. I basically filed that down on some sandpaper, made it flat to the width that I decided, and then you can see how the stipples are going. Like I said, it's the first time I've done this. Maybe this is junk, but it feels pretty good to me. I like it, so we're going to keep going with it. I'll set you up here in a second so you can kind of watch how I do this. But like I said, it's really easy if you've ever, I mean, if you want to look, this is what I did. Here's when I first started doing it. I had a wide tip, and I was doing a little bit here, and I just didn't like how wide it was and how awkward it was to handle, so I went to the round and just practiced on these stupid mag relitters, and it turned out pretty well. And that was some practice trying to draw the line, which I was just saying how I don't like, but it's a lot easier than I thought it would. Now, I did notice this is a little bit of a different polymer. This heated up a little bit faster than the actual frame does. Maybe that's just because of the thickness, or I don't know, but something to note there. So basically what we're doing is we're just taking our soldering iron, and let's see if we can do this in a way that you'll be able to see it. And we're just going around. Here, I'll go around the Glock symbol. It only takes a second. Maybe 3/4 of a second in each location. As far as pattern, that's kind of up to you guys. I don't know if you can see how well you can see exactly what I'm doing here, but as far as the pattern, that's up to you guys. If you want to do just randomness, I mean, of course, if you're going to keep the Glock logo here like I have, then of course you can't really do random around that. But other than that, I tried to be random with it just so it doesn't look like there's straight lines of stipple, just so it looks relatively random. But hopefully we can get this light correct. This is a soldering iron, cost $7.99 at Advance Auto Parts. Or sorry, not Advance, it was AutoZone, but same thing. Sheet of sandpaper I already had, so that was, you know, like free basically, but sandpaper's cheap anyway. I'm going to do the base plates of the magazines as well, because they kind of, here I'll show you. They have sort of an extension on there to fit that 10th round. They do sell one that's flush. It's a 9-round capacity for this weapon, but see, they have sort of a finger groove in there, so I figure I'll just stipple that and make it match as well. But it's a really easy job. The polymer cools down really quick, so it's not even like if you touch a spot, you can wipe your hand right over it and it's already good. It's not going to get plastic all over you or anything. But it's like I said, like half a second, 3/4 of a second in any spot, and then of course that time varies based on pressure too, and the wattage of your soldering iron. I'm gonna shut this really quick. See if maybe you can see better now. It looks like no, it was way better before. Alright, so my iron stays pretty hot pretty well. It's not really concerned about that, so I like to just apply a little bit of pressure. I don't know if the actual sound of that plastic melting is coming across the screen, but, or not across the screen, coming across. Once you get away from an edge though, you can start stacking them in like bricks on a house, how they're always offset, and then you get more of a random look. And then the curvature of the gun will bring different contours and everything for you. So as you can see, it's going pretty well. It looks pretty good. I like stippling. I like the way it looks. I've never had a stippled gun before. But the texturing doesn't bother me. It seems pretty nice actually. But so there's a little bit of an introduction. I'm going to go ahead and at least finish this whole side. This has been probably at least a half hour I've been working on this, and all I've got is that one finger groove and what you can see here. But it's coming out pretty good. So give me a few. I'm going to finish up some of this and I'll bring you guys back. Alright guys, we just finished up the actual frame of the gun. I decided today I'm not going to do the mags. I just wanted to put it together and see if I wanted it before I do it, because once you stipple something, it's harder to go back. You know, I mean, of course you could just buy new mags, but, you know, just figured I would wait. So, here we have it. Completely stippled frame. Some people do out here, some people do in front of the trigger guard. I decided not to do any of that. We just did around the finger grooves and then all the way up around the pinholes. It's my first time ever doing a stippling. I think it turned out really well. I didn't do up here on the tail, just because naturally as human beings the palms of our hands are going to have thicker, harder skin than the back of our hands. So, you know, on the back there where that would rest, in your hand, that would start rubbing there, and that skin's just not made to take that. So I didn't do that. It can always be corrected later if I want, but I just left that out. It does feel very good in the hand. At first I thought, man, that's kind of rough, but once you have it in your hand, it's a nice solid purchase. You can get on the gun. This undercut trigger guard makes it really nice. You can get nice and high up on that frame and not hurt your knuckles. Like if you own a Glock, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That trigger guard sucks. So we took a decent bit of material off of that. But all in all, I think it turned out really well. As you can see here, this is our soldering iron. It's still hot, but this is like I said, a cheapo. It was $8, I think, after tax from AutoZone. So it's just a project. Last night I got to thinking about it, and I was like, man, I'd like to do that finally, and just went out today and did it. And you can see we changed the grip angle a little bit. After we ground off all those knobs, we just went at that bump pretty hard to try and get rid of it, and we did for the most part. Of course, you can see there's a little bit left, but it still feels a whole lot better in the hand. Before, it was like that, it was just digging right in the palm, right there. So, and of course, if you guys own Glocks, you know exactly what I mean about that too, especially a compact Glock. On like a Glock 17 or something, that bump is all the way down here, so it doesn't bother you as much. Glock 19, Glock 17, but this is like a subcompact, they call it. Even though I don't really consider a double stack a subcompact, but they call it that. But it fits the hand a whole lot better without that hump. I wish they would just go. I wish Glock would put the frame that they put on like the Polymer 80 frames on their guns. Like that, if they would just take a Polymer 80 frame and do all their little magic here with integrated rails and everything, like that would be the best option for them, I feel. But let me know what you guys think. First stipple job ever. We kept the Glock logo there. Let me know what you guys think. If you think it's good. I don't know. I've never even actually shot another gun with stippling on it or anything, so I'm actually searching for your guys' opinion on this. What do you think? Does it look good? I feel like it looks good. I like the way it looks. I like the way stippling looks. But does the actual stippling job, how do you feel about it? Let me know.